Hi and good evening, everyone. My name is Albert, and this is Vlogs About Nothing. Thank you very much for taking the time out of your night to join me. I really appreciate it. Shout out to all the new subs and viewers. We appreciate it here down at the channel. You know, I'm just a guy standing in front of my phone. Typically, I'm sitting behind my desk, but as we all know, I'm so bad with lighting and just the overall visual aspect of creating a video that, here we are. And so, one of the videos we haven't done in a while, and it's on the description of the channel page, is an open letter. And open letters are meant to serve as like things that are super meaningful to me. And again, I don't expect anyone else to, one, care, and or two, think anything other than me just like acknowledging, even if I think we did a video acknowledging President Biden, obviously, of course, way before his debate debacle and sort of, distancing from the DNC or whatever as it currently is. And even after the fact, I still mean everything I said about the guy, and in fact, it just further proves my point that he deserves to not work, you know? And so give credit where credit is due. Shortly, watch the video. It's down in the videos below. There's over 300. I know you can just search for like Biden and you'll find it. But over 7 decades of public service is a phenomenal thing for anyone to have said they have accomplished. And so I've also made an open letter about my grandma, who was my favorite person in life before she passed away last year, and still is my favorite person. And I had the fortune of being able to have her as my best friend in my life up until the age of 36, and so there's an open letter about that. And getting 2 minutes into the video, we'll now talk about how this open letter this evening is for Mr. Beast. And so let me tell you something. Never ever did I think that as a 36-year-old person, and again, just because it's not common, I guess, but like the fact that a younger person inspires me means two things, right? Obviously, one, inspiration comes from anywhere, and two, I'm getting very old because, there's an age difference between myself and other people, and typically I'm used to being the youngest person in the room, and so as a middle-aged guy, now I'm like, holy potatoes. There are other working, functioning adults that are younger than me, and again, when you get to being middle aged, you'll understand what I'm talking about. It's a really confusing time in life. And so, open letter. So, dear Mr. Beast, I really feel like the world would be a terrible place without you. I believe that you're like 26 years old or something. I'm subscribed to all three channels: Beast, Beast 2, Beast Philanthropy. And every video is just so inspiring, the attitude of which is obviously way more important to me than any kind of content, right? And the kid's got a great attitude, in that, similar to something I've said my entire life, but that's now more acceptable in terms of socially. And Mr. Beast in one of his videos even attests to this, in that before him and before, I would even argue, like Ray William Johnson, Philip DeFranco, other major content creators in the early 2010s, before it was a thing, there were people who wanted to make it a thing, as in to get paid to make content on YouTube, and to quickly wrap that up. It was a pretty foreign conversation even 10 years ago to say that you wanted to be a YouTuber or you wanted to, create content for a living. And the ironic thing is that certain studies say now that if you ask a child what they want to be when they grow up, more often than not, even in an old school given response of children typically saying like doctors or firefighters, kids want to be content creators, kids want to be YouTubers, kids want to be TikTokers, kids. And I think that's cool myself, because it's very abstract in that the youth is adapting to a culture that's going to require them to be creative, and to work with technology, and to not be afraid of it, but to also try to utilize it in a kind of work in a kind of way that's like a team oriented thing, and you can get things done. And going back to Mr. Beast, every video again is like Beast Philanthropy. I've advocated for philanthropy my whole life. What a huge fan I am of seeing younger people go out into the world, spend millions of dollars at no sort of whim, right? Because who does care about money? I mean, and it's funny because I mentioned attitude, and the young guy operates like that. You know, money isn't what drives him other than the fact that it's a tool and it helps him get stuff done. That's what my takeaway from this young man is. And I've been saying that my whole life, you know, money is a tool and it should be used as such, and people shouldn't, you know, make that their ultimate goal so much as being able to provide the kind of raw material it requires to build something that's worth building. And if it's in an abstract kind of a way, and it's like stability and peace and opportunity for other people to have a better life, then I think that's a great investment. And so again, great young dude, and I don't the world would be a terrible place without him, honestly, because the guy has over 200 million subscribers and is a philanthropist before the age of 30, could well be worth over $1 billion. And again, focuses time and energy not on counting what's in his bank, but so much as that, you know, giving this money to where it's needed is way more important than any kind of individual goal that anybody can have, including Jimmy. And he knows that, you know, and that's what's so great about him is that it's like that. That's the vibe, and it sells, it works, and you know it's authentic. And that this kid has grown up on YouTube. You feel me? I think like almost 10 years of content. Like I mean, that's a long time to do anything, you know. But seriously, like shouts to the dude, right? Because again, he's building villages. You know, he's opening food banks. He's offering a good, viable product in stores all over the world, right? Feastables are not just here in America, but all over the world. And I think it's brilliant. It employs a lot of people here in America, and they're good paying jobs. And again, I can't imagine not just a content creator world without Mr. Beast, but also, you know, a literal world without the young dude, because he's doing great stuff. And again, I think it's inspirational in a sense that it inspires me to sort of understand that people are pretty accepting in the concept of me saying that I don't care about money. It's not about that at all. You know, I just think that with the money that I get and the debt, the private debt that I've incurred, and paying that off, and principal, interest, and all these other things, and then giving everything back in a philanthropic kind of a way, and focusing, you know, businesses on operating at, you know, not a real profitable level, moreover than they are kind of a break even, and provide stability towards the communities that we operate in. And again, that's a good goal in my opinion. And open letter, Mr. Beast, shout out. You feel me? 10 more years of doing what you're doing is gonna like literally change the world. And that's great. Seriously, I think, you know, if anyone was to be given that opportunity, it'd be a young cat like you from North Carolina who's out there giving everything away and just trying to make the world an overall better place. So we vibe with you, the channel supports you, and that was our open letter. Okay, so I hope everyone has a great night. Thanks again for watching. If you're not already, consider subscribing. It takes just a couple of minutes. Tell a friend, tell your auntie, you know, tell your cousin. I appreciate the channel growth, and I hope that you guys have a wonderful night. Bye.